Good evening, PT Pop here with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. Tonight, I'm going to continue my topic, my rant about call centers. I apologize for all the darkness tonight, but this is a pretty dark topic, and I don't feel like having all the lights on that I've got here, and, just me, my headset, and my Griswold Christmas hat for the Christmas spirit. But I want you all to think about this. Working in a call center, I've worked in 2 different states now. And I've worked in multiple industries and call centers for the last 25 years. And over the years, I can tell you that the people I talk to on a daily basis, call into the call centers for customer service, have severely changed. They've changed drastically. They've gotten meaner and more sadistic and cruel as the years have gone by. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the internet is causing people to be more impatient. But if you want to get a real good idea of the psychological pulse of this country and where the general public stands and how unstable people are in this country, psychologically speaking, work in a call center for about 6 months, and you'll sit back and you go, man, people in this country are really f***ed up. I'm talking about the customers that call into the call centers on the toll-free number. I'm not talking about employees of the call centers that sat alongside of me. Some of them could be very eccentric and extraordinarily weird, but for the most part, they did their job, they came in, they went home just like the rest of us. No, I'm talking about testing the mental health and mental stability of our country by gauging it off of the small sample size of people, the customers that call into the call center and say outrageous and crazy, insane things to us just so they can get what they want. It's awful, really. I mean, really, it's really scary, the things people say and do on the phones. I'll give you examples. A friend of mine worked in a bank, and this woman couldn't be identified over the phone. And the customer threatened to have my friend raped and murdered. This woman even showed up at the call center, walked into our lobby, and took a dump in the middle of the call center. So if you think the people you're walking past in the street are walking around with a full deck, I've talked to hundreds of thousands of people, so walk of life, and I'd say easily 30% of the people I talk to are completely wacko. They're just wacky as a football bat. You get people that call into banking, and they know nothing about money. They don't know anything about money, or how to balance a bank book, or how to balance a checkbook. They don't know anything about debits and credits. They don't know how to add and subtract. And I'm not being mean. These are people that absolutely positively do not know how to add and subtract. These are people of all walks of life, of all races, of all nationalities, from all around the world that don't know how to add and subtract. I want to give you a really prime example of this. A lot of women will call in. It's always women. I find so I always get these female women to call in. They say, how come there's an overdraft fee on my account? And I'll say, well, ma'am, you had $50 in the account, and over 2 days you spent $60 at Burger King. So your account's overdrawn by $10, and there's the $35 overdraft fee. Oh, well, that's terrible. You're going to charge me a fee? How am I going to feed my baby? I've got a little girl. And now that you're charging me these fees, I ain't got no money. And oh my. This lady have been thinking to herself, maybe I shouldn't be eating at Burger King so much. And in the meantime, I'm thinking, can you imagine how fat this woman is if she's eating at Burger King like 6 times a week? Spending $60 a week at Burger King? Oh, she's got to be the size, like one leg is probably as big as my waist. I'm like a 42 waist. She's probably walking like, oh, can you give me my Burger King? But these people don't think. They spend all this money because they don't know how to add and subtract. These are people that make threats and beg and plead and scream and make threats over $50, $60 that are maybe missing from their account. I've had people threaten to kill me. I've had people threaten to blow up our call center. And this is just within the last 10 years. It's really madness. If you want to gauge the psychological health of this country, work in an inbound customer service call center for a bank or a telecommunications company, and you'll quickly find out how mean and desperate and paranoid and lonely people are. I've talked to people in all 50 states of all walks of life, and it's really scary. You get people that cry. You get people that scream, sob, people to come up with audacious stories just to get a $35 fee reversed on their account. It's really sad out there. It's really sad and it's very scary. I mean, the general public that I've spoken to, really, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to operate cell phones, computers. They don't know how to balance a checkbook. They're scared. The general public is scared. They're horrified. A lot of them are very twisted. Some of these are very twisted, weird, freaky, far out people that will say the most outrageous things to you on the phones. And, you've just got to sit there and take it, because nowadays in the call centers, they don't let you hang up on people. In most cases, you've got to take the abuse for at least a minute or so. And then, you offer to hang up the call if they continue. You tell them you're going to hang up the call if they continue their tirade. And then that just escalates things. Doesn't matter how nice you say it or anything. But people out there, just work in a call center and you'll get to see how crazy the general public is and the weird, outrageous things they'll say. So think about that. The people we talk to in these call centers is a good gauge. A friend of mine worked in the bank, and this woman couldn't be identified over the phone. And the customer threatened to have my friend raped and murdered. This woman even showed up at the call center, walked into our lobby, and took a dump in the middle of the call center. So if you think the people you're walking past in the street are walking around with a full deck, I've talked to hundreds of thousands of people from all walk of life, and I'd say easily 30% of the people I've talked to are completely wacko. They're just wacky as a football bat of how crazy our country is and how crazy some of these crazy, lonely, and desperate and messed up these people are. PT Pop, if you like what I talk about, please give me the thumbs up. Peace and love. Subscribe if you like it. If you have any ideas of other call center topics, let me know. Bye.